I remember there was this one time that my friend and I went kayaking up north. It was early in the morning and the sun had just come up, leaving streaks of pink and orange lingering behind a few clouds. We launched our boats off the rocky beach near my friend's camp, as this was one of the few times nobody else would bother us with their speedboats and jet skis. The water was calm and still. Each one of our paddle strokes left a ripple that would swirl and twist in a new pattern every time. We followed the coastline, stopping at large, jagged rocks that towered over us, and at berry bushes where we would stop to get a snack, hoping they weren't poisonous. The air was warm and humid, as it was midsummer, and the heat of the sun was approaching. We continued along the coast until we saw something that interested us. It was a small dragonfly lying in a damp spot of bright green moss. We decided to approach it, and it did the same, fluttering towards our boats with the same curiosity we had for it. Eventually, we met, and he landed on my finger, perched upon it before flying over to the front of my kayak, which was where it stopped and refused to get up from. My friend and I decided to keep going with him at the front. We paddled far from shore, straight to the middle of the lake. The dragonfly flew from kayak to kayak, splitting his time between the boat of my friend and mine. We kept going until we reached the exact center of the lake, around half a mile from any kind of land, somewhere where a dragonfly would never normally see, as by this point his wings would give out. But this one did. We flew around excitedly with newfound freedom, knowing that we were there to catch him if he wanted to come back. He'd fly from my finger, to the sky, to the boat, to my friend's head, back and forth, back and forth. He eventually got tired and came back to my boat, where he rested and didn't fly anymore. At this point, we decided to paddle back to shore, with the now full sun in the sky, its heat making sweat bead on my forehead. The whole time, the dragonfly didn't move. When we got back to its home, he perched on my finger once again, and I beckoned him to return to his moss bed, but he refused to go. I pushed him lightly, and only then would he move, reluctantly returning to his home. We ended up leaving him in that bed of moss, and returned home. But I always wondered what he thought of the large open lake, which he wouldn't have been able to see without us.